Something interesting is happening with IREN today. We're going to look at that, and then we're going to do the weekly closes on our favorite miners in the next video. So we're just going to do a real quick update on IREN and what is going on there. My upload schedule has been disrupted a little bit. I'm currently traveling. I'll be coming back home around Monday, so you'll just get today's video. You'll get the weekly closes coming up after this, and then I'll be back on Monday. Anyways, before we get going, we've got channel memberships now. Check those out. We got the 3 different levels: soda straw, stalactite, and stalagmite. Stalagmite being where you get my updated up to the minute trade notifications, along with shorts that explain those trades. Let's get right into it now. IREN. So what's going on with IREN? I think, okay, so today we were up upwards of 10% at one point throughout the day. I think it was even higher than that at one point throughout the day. We took out these highs here, but we closed beneath them, which is going to be a telling thing. We'll talk about that. But we closed the day out plus 0.68%, and after hours we're at 0% up or down. It's not moving. It's holding exactly where it is. You can see we had volume though. Look at this volume. Let's zoom in on this volume. You can see this volume bar right here. That volume bar is the highest bar we've had all year. In fact, that's the highest bar we've seen since December of last year, which is back here. This bar rivaled it right here on December 4th. Okay, so we have not seen a volume bar that big since December 4th. Now, there is something a little bit fishy about big volume bars on IREN. Okay, when they're near tops, they tend to sell off soon after. So we'll come over here. We'll look at the 4 biggest volume bars. This one being the absolute biggest right here on November 27th. But, right after it went up a little further, came right back down to the same level, and then continued on. And then we got that next big volume bar after that that pulled up a little bit and then collapsed soon after. This one bigger than that one? Yeah, it is. This next big one over here, which is very, very reminiscent of what we're looking at today, this exact type of inverted hammer candle with a nice wick on top. And then it sold off and then continued on from there. So these big volume bars on IREN aren't always a great buy entry. I looked at it. I was thinking maybe I would enter, but then I looked at this candle, and I don't like this. I hate this wick on top. How much of a percent wick is that? How much of a percent wick is that? Looking at almost a 4% wick. And then we've also got a fair value gap between yesterday's wick and today's wick, a fair value gap that could take us down to $10.10. Don't love that either. Not a big fan of either of those two things. So I would not be surprised to revisit $10 before continuing on with this one. I do think though that this was directly a result of someone knowing something about a deal IREN may be about to make for their HPC side of the business, because that is just way. Look at it compared to its peers. Look at it compared to its peers over here on the right. We got everything's negative except Cipher warrants were the only thing that were up today. Every other miner was red. Every single other one that I follow red except IREN. Why would that be? Unless someone knows something about a deal that is in the works that is about to be closed. I think that's the case. I do think that it's probably a few days or more or a week or more out from here, and we will see it sell off maybe a little bit and come back down and then take off once it's public. But I wouldn't be surprised to see us come back and touch this blue line or get very close to the 21-day moving average, maybe slightly under $10, and then I'd be looking for a move up from there. We're about to get a golden cross here as well. There's the 50 and the 200 about to cross each other up. Generally, the cross up of those two is pretty dramatic. Last time that happened was December 2023. That was the last time we saw the 50 cross up on the 200, and now was followed by some pretty sweet price action upward. I mean, it came right back down and fluttered around the 200 for a really long time after that, but not too shabby if you ask me. So IREN, we're seeing this come in, seeing huge volume on it, but the candle is ugly. The candle is ugly, telling me that I probably will see some kind of a pullback unless Bitcoin continues to drive up over the weekend, which we don't know because there's geopolitical fears right now. So there's a lot of concerns going on. Today was triple witching, which caused a whole lot of ups and downs in different sectors today. So we're looking at this, and I think IREN has a deal on the table, and I think somebody knows what the result of that deal is very likely to be, and I think they got positioned today. Do I think that it will come down before going up? Yes, I do think it will continue to I think it will continue to chop solidate here between about 11 and $10 or 9.50, like 11 and 9.50. I think it'll continue to chop solidate until that deal is known, and then we take off. And then who knows where it will go from there? Maybe it'll go 13, $14 again. Who even knows? But it will go up once that deal comes to light. I think we'll, if I'm not even concerned if we break this white line right now, because I think we'll probably hit the 21 and then carry on up towards like maybe 11.30 before hitting any resistance, maybe even as high as 14. To the downside, though, if we lose the 21, we're going to hit the 200 at 873, I think. And from there, I'd be looking at more of a cup and handle sort of scenario, right? Like a cup and handle, and then to go. I don't know why I chose a highlighter, but yeah, that's what I'd be looking at in that scenario. Now, I know I've talked about cups and handles on the IREN chart before. That completely collapsed, much like this one right here. I'll drop for you, much like this one that looked perfect, and it was going to blast off right there, and then it just collapsed. So you can't always say, these patterns don't always play out. They're just, giving you a likely scenario, right? A likelihood scenario. And if they don't break, then they don't break to the upside if they don't break out. Okay. Anyways, that's IREN. That's all I've got for you on IREN. I'm going to start doing the weekly closes here in a moment. With that said, please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store link in the description as well as the channel bio. Don't forget to check out Capital Curiosities. If you find yourself over there watching one of their videos, go ahead and comment TC for me. I would greatly appreciate that so they know where you came from, and have a profitable day.